It's no secret that Hollywood stars like to party, but did you know that several of them have been under the influence while filming some of the most classic scenes in cinematic history? From Jack Nicholson to Margot Robbie, the celebrities we'll be looking at today have all delivered memorable performances while drunk or stoned. So without further ado, let's take a deep dive into the world of debauchery and cinema, starting off with Kirsten Dunst.
Remember when we used to play in the woods together?
While filming Woodstock, during a scene where her character can be seen smoking a joint, the actress didn't realize that she was holding the real thing. The movie also had a lot of similar scenes involving pot, which Dunst later revealed in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel to be movie pot, which is pretty much fake weed made with herbal tobacco. However, after filming one of her scenes, Dunst recalled feeling a bit different, as if she was about to lose her mind. And once she talked to the director about what she was feeling, they soon discovered the cause. The producer discovered that one of the real joints had been mixed up with the props, and Dunst, who had never touched weed before in her life, had smoked the entire thing on camera. They had to wrap up filming early so that the star could go home and rest. Now that's one hell of a first experience. Up next, we have Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. Everyone knows how the original big screen adaptation of the classic Super Mario video game ended up being a critical box office disaster.
They're brothers. They're plumbers.
And it looks like everyone who was working on the film knew what was to come as well early on during production. According to Leguizamo's autobiography, the on-screen plumbing brothers would spend most of their days dipping in their scotch in order to make the experience much more tolerable. Unfortunately, during one of the takes where an intoxicated Leguizamo was driving their character's van, it was definitely not a good idea. He accidentally hit the gas too fast, causing the door to slam shut on Hoskins' hand and break one of his fingers. You can even see Hoskins wearing a cast on his finger at several points in the movie itself. Honestly, we don't blame the two co-stars for wanting to drink their sorrows away while filming this cinematic war crime of a film, but somebody really should have been keeping things in moderation. Following up, there's Margot Robbie. For her salacious role in The Wolf of Wall Street,
Look to me, what the is wrong with you?
I don't love you anymore, Jordan.
You don't love me?
the star needed a bit of liquid courage in order to get through some of her scenes. One of her first scenes required her to stand in a doorway completely naked, and the star was understandably petrified of the ordeal, revealing in an interview with the New York Times that she had come to work that morning shaking with fear, saying she couldn't go through with the scene. So to make things easy for her, a crew member hooked her up with some tequila, despite it being 9 in the morning. The star revealed that she downed 3 shots, took all her clothes off, and went on to film the scene, and was completely fine by the end of it, explaining that the drink helped stop her hands from shaking and gave her a boost of confidence. Yep, that sounds about right. At lucky number 7, we have Martin Sheen. While we doubt that anyone's surprised that the notorious coke connoisseur was far from sober during filming sessions, he managed to mix work with pleasure and incorporated it into the opening scene for Apocalypse Now. During an interview at the Dubai International Film Festival, Sheen revealed that the scene had been filmed on the day of his 36th birthday, and that naturally, he'd been drinking all day in celebration. Even the most famous part of the scene, where Sheen's character punches and shatters a mirror, cutting up his hand in the process, was also revealed to be a drunken mistake, as the star didn't realize just how close he was to the mirror. According to him, the film's director, Francis Ford Coppola, immediately wanted to stop filming, but he refused to do so, stating that he wanted to continue wrestling with his demons on camera. Now, if that isn't one of the coolest things we've seen a drunk guy do, then we don't know what is. Moving on, there's Nicolas Cage. It's almost poetic that the star, who was portraying a deeply troubled alcoholic in Leaving Las Vegas, wanted to incorporate real drinks into some of his scenes. During an appearance on Inside the Actor's Studio, Cage talked about how he never drank when he would act, but for that specific film, he wanted to include some shots of him actually drinking for added realism. One such example is the scene where the star can be seen freaking out in a casino, in which Cage revealed that he was actually drunk. Plus, later on in the scene, as he's being pulled away from the casino by security, Cage repeatedly screams, "I am his father." The line was later revealed to have been improvised by the actor, explaining that it's sort of a primal scream that had randomly come out of him, even though it wasn't in the original script. At the halfway point of our list are Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock, Stockard Channing, and Diane Weist. According to rumors, when shooting the Midnight Margaritas scene from Practical Magic, the lead quartet decided to actually party hard, even drinking real margaritas to set the mood. When asked about the scene during an interview with The Vulture, Channing explained that she had no idea how drunk they were during the scene, but that the hangover the next morning had been a pretty good indicator. She also revealed that although she didn't remember who decided it was a good idea to introduce real tequila to the shoot, none of the lead cast had any objections to the plan. Being able to drink and party with the gals while still working has got to be quite the experience, and honestly, we're kinda jealous. Coming up next, we have the Beatles.
Don't let me down.
The world-renowned boy band has had quite the experience taking on acting gigs. In fact, they'd even been trying to get parts as the Hobbits in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy. But that's a story for a different day. While filming the Beatles anthology, Ringo Starr explained that quite a lot of pot had been consumed over the course of filming, even going on to reveal that their eyes used to almost always be red in their set pictures. In that same documentary, Paul McCartney also recalled how being stoned had caused them to mess up even the simplest of shots. During one of the scenes where they had to simply turn around and look amazed, each time they'd face the camera, there would be tears streaming down their faces. The technicians even told them off for repeatedly giggling while filming their scenes as well. Heading into the top threes, there's Jennifer Lawrence. During an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the star revealed that she had to turn to drink to help film scenes where she made out with her married co-star Chris Pratt on camera much less bizarre. However, unfortunately, unlike Margot Robbie, Lawrence revealed that being drunk made her even more anxious than before, and that she had to get really drunk to finish wrapping up their intimate moments together on film. The penultimate entry on our list is Jack Nicholson.
Here's Johnny.
Known as one of the classic stoner scenes in cinematic history, Nicholson and his co-stars sat around a bonfire while smoking a joint and discussing UFO's existence during Easy Rider's filming. In a later interview with Richard Luck, Nicholson revealed that while the story of him smoking 155 joints was a little exaggerated, each of the takes or angle changes required him to start smoking almost a completely different joint, causing his acting roles to become reversed. Instead of acting like he was slowly getting stoned over the course of the shot, he had to act like he was already sober in the beginning and then act really high at the end. But hey, he managed to pull off the scene flawlessly. And finally, at the top of our list, we have none other than Seth Rogen himself.
This is the kind of thing you do when you know it's over for you.
Are any of us surprised to see this guy here? Because we sure aren't, as the star is known to be one of the biggest potheads in Hollywood. If you've seen any of his movies, the fact's not hard to tell. Anybody who's done half the stuff that he's done on screen would need to be on a different plane of existence to pull it off flawlessly. While appearing on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Rogen talked about how he enjoyed the company of the devil's lettuce in both his personal and professional life. Additionally, after Colbert responded by asking if that meant that he was high while filming any of his movies, Rogen nodded saying, 100% yes. Yeah, none of us doubt that. That's a wrap for this video. Do you know of any other film star who's appeared on screen under the influence? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.
We'll see you in our next video. Peace out.